What is up, Super Fam and Brovengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are going to be talking about my book slash manga slash comic and do a little world building, lore finding, and storytelling and things like that today. Just talking about it a little bit more, as we will be for the foreseeable future. If you guys haven't already, you already know, drop a like on the stream because it definitely helps out tremendously around these parts. And if you haven't, make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions, and, you know, all those things that be going on. And then, of course, you also definitely should go and check out Gifts, TLG, Gifts the Lands of Ghaffora, the YouTube channel that I have started for it, which is over there live and in action. We haven't posted nothing on there just yet. We haven't put anything on there just yet, but going into the new year, we'll be posted on there, you know, maybe going live on there for some stuff as well, and just kind of getting it in that type of way. So I hope you guys are ready for all the vibes that are going to be coming with this book and with all that stuff that's going to be happening over there. I'm really excited. I'm really pumped to kind of talk about this some more today and, you know, kind of show you guys a little bit more of maybe some of the lore behind some stuff, I guess you can say. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but I do want to kind of just be able to, you know, for those of you that want to know a lot about the story before it's made, you know, or before it's complete, I guess you could say. That's what these streams and stuff like that is going to be for you guys to be able to be in on some of the lore, some of the world building, some of the ideas that I'm having for certain things, or at least seeing it. I don't know if I'm going to be writing live at all, ever, but, you know, maybe just going over some of the stuff that I may write, or just showing you guys some stuff, you know, yeah, and that'll probably be the vibe. And answering questions, of course. Today, I'm thinking about looking at the map, maybe doing some map and some history and stuff like that of the world. Possibly, I'm not sure. I did just recently start working on something else new, the Bible, if you will, of this world. And I'm excited to kind of start diving in on that a little bit, or, well, a lot of bit deeper, and just certain things like that. So I hope you guys are all ready to kind of vibe out and get to know more about my world, and I'm definitely ready to kind of tell you some stuff too. Bam, there we go. Had to log into my stuff. Maybe show you some stuff. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, so that's why I'm very much kind of confused about, you know, how to even handle these streams. But, you know, I'm just doing it type of vibe, just kind of throwing stuff out there and seeing what happens, I guess you can say. So we'll get into all the nitty gritty of the book and all that good stuff here in just a momento. I think the last time we talked about the map, the power system, and some lore. And I kind of guess, I guess I kind of just want to talk about all that stuff kind of again and just kind of go into a little bit more depth now. Uh, Legit, like I don't know what type of vibe to bring to this, so you gonna see me be a little confused as to what to do next or what to do because I'm kind of freeballing it for lack of better words because I don't know what's the best way to kind of talk about this stuff. But we're gonna be talking about it, so let's see. I want to make sure we're good here. Let me bring up, oh, like this. There we go. Okay, boom, shakalaka. Whoop. Okay, well it's shared. That's all that matters. Last time we watched the GTO, the jet lag info trailer, or the intro trailer, I should say. So let's go ahead and check that out again, just so we can get into just so we can get into the vibe of the universe and stuff. And let's jump into the chat so we can see how you guys are doing, of course. Yo, my boy. Oh, wait. Go to, whoa. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to click that. And then this. There we go. Bam. My boy, what's up with it, Mike Beasy? How you doing, G? I hope you're having a good one. Made it. Yes, you did, bro. How you doing, Matt Zadaga? How are both of you guys doing? I hope everyone's doing good. Just subbed. Hey, much love. I appreciate you. Thank you for the sub. We on the road to what? I guess like 10 subscribers. On the road to 10 subscribers over there on GTLG. So definitely help us out as you can. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate you, bruv. Radovsky. Oh wait, that's not right. Let's delete that. There we go. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Oh, that's where that was coming from. My bad, y'all. Oops. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Got my notebook ready? Hey, I already know you do, bro. I know you got the notebook ready. There we go. There we go. All things GIF right there. All right. All right. So, yeah, let's jump in. Let's dive on in and let's check out the official intro trailer to Gifts, The Lands of Ghaffora. That is right, yo. So that is the intro trailer, or the story trailer, if you will, to what is going to be going on and going down. Oh, no sound? There was no sound just now? Damn. Well, let's run it back.
Six nations divided, how the gods envisioned the lands of Ghaphora, where nations must praise their gods individually. Inguvu, the god of power, Altira, the goddess of reality, Akasha, the goddess of space, Akaili, the goddess of mind, Nafasi, the god of time, Isarin, the god of soul. Each god bestowed their name and universal property to their nation through the blood of their land. Diligent praise to these gods, along with the blood of the land, allows the inhabitants of Ghaphora to wield the universal property of their god. These inhabitants are called gifts. It is forbidden for these nations to fraternize with one another. Gifts, the lands of Ghaphora.
Right, there we go. My bad. I did not know that didn't have sound the first time around. But that is it. That is Gifts, the Lands of Ghaphora. That is the intro trailer, if you will. I am really excited to kind of, talk about this and start sharing it a little bit more. I've made it very adamant to like everyone that I have told about it that I am pretty, nervous to start talking about it and like putting it out there. But how else am I going to get people to want to back it and to want to see it unless I talk about it and share it? You know what I mean? So this is going to, I'm going to use Marvel Bros a little bit to kind of go into gifts. You know what I mean? Like, of course, getting all the fans of Marvel Bros and stuff here to get over there on Gifts, the Lands of Ghaphora. So I'm definitely going to be, sharing that more. And yeah, it's going to be going down. I'm hoping to be able to, just create a really big thing from this. And I know right now it's not a big thing, but that's how every journey starts is, with that first step. So the first step is definitely what is being taken right now type of vibe. So I'm just excited to kind of get it cracking and to get it going and to keep moving forward with this universe and with sharing things with, all of you guys. So the next thing that we can check out is, of course, the Magic System trailer, I guess you can say. Yeah, let's do that. Let's check out the Magic System trailer. Wait, did I already download this? My bad. I'm all talking out loud like y'all know what's going on. No, I did not. Okay. There we go. Then let's move that over there. There we go. All right, so this is the Magic System trailer / the 5 pillars. The 5 pillars, also known as, I guess, the divinity table, I believe is what I ended up calling it, / divination table. This is basically how the entirety of the Magic System kind of works out. So let's jump in. And this is also looking at the map as well. So we're going to take a look at the map and the Magic System right now. Let's get it.
The 5 pillars. The pillars. 1. Divinity. The spirit energy in all living things. It flows throughout the body after the opening of a person's chakra nodes. Divinity can be wielded by anyone. 2. The 7 Kais, divination. Allow a living being to use and manipulate their own divinity. This act is called divination. One's chakra nodes must be opened before they can utilize divination, but the use or even mastering of the 7 Kais doesn't mean someone is a gift. 3. Abilities. There are 6 key abilities that correlate to the type of gift a person is. Each ability allows the user to wield their gift in an offensive or defensive manner. 4. Properties. There are 6 key properties that make up the universe. Each of these properties are depicted by the 6 gods. These properties are wielded by gifts relative to the gods they serve. 5. Comprehension. The ability to process the knowledge of the 5 pillars, understand its meaning, and to integrate with what the user already knows. The first pillar. Divinity. Divining/yon, the base blocks of divinity and the fundamental way that spiritual and physical energy are channeled into divination, as they represent heart and spirit respectively. Divining, the fundamental way that divinity flows from the heart, dark receptive energy. Divine yang, the fundamental way that divinity flows from the spirit, light expansive energy. The second pillar. The 7 kais. Tenkai, keeping nodes open and harnessing divinity instead of letting it return to the universe. Root. Zetkai, stopping the flow of divinity by closing the first and last chakra nodes. This allows the energy to circulate within the body. Sacral. Yaokai refers to physical techniques involving martial arts or the divine use of natural human abilities, solar plexus. Runkai, outputting a large amount of divinity in a burst, enhancing a person's natural abilities. Heart. Jutkai, using divinity to endow weapons with the universal property of the user, throat chakra. Ninkai uses divinity to create real physical objects and properties, third eye. Secret technique. Genkai, illusion technique that uses divinity to manipulate the divinity of someone else. Creating illusions only the affected can see, crown chakra. The third pillar. Abilities. Enhancement P uses divinity to strengthen and reinforce gift abilities/objects. Specialization T, time manipulation on a small scale at the cost of one's divinity and age. Emission SL, able to project their own divinity. Also able to charge/drain the divinity of others. Manipulation SP, controls the ether between elements, allowing them to be wielded using divinity. Transmutation R, altering the natural matter of an object by using divinity. Conjuration M, materialize divinity in a physical form. Also telekinetic/telepathic. The fourth pillar. Properties. Power Hinguvu En, being able to tap into the power that is contained in the universe. Time Nafasi S, having limited control of time relative to the user. Soul Isarin E, having limited control over the divinity of others. Space Akashahim, control over the place in which air, fire, water, and earth come together as creation. Reality Altra T, the manipulation and alteration of matter. Mind Akaili C, the psychic use of extrasensory perception and performance acts. The fifth pillar. Comprehension. Divinity creates the universe. The universe is channeled into 6 universal properties. These properties are accompanied by 6 abilities that allow them to be wielded after the chakra nodes are open. The 7 kais are representations of the 7 chakras. The ability to process the knowledge of the 5 pillars, understand its meaning, and to integrate with what the user already knows.
All right. Now, I know that's a lot thrown at your face. Pause, a lot just put on your desk real quick, and it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It is supposed to be. But the way that it all wraps up is divinity creates the universe. The universe is channeled into 6 universal properties. These properties are accompanied by 6 abilities that allow them to be wielded after the chakra nodes are open. The 7 kais are representations of the 7 chakras. And then the ability to process the knowledge of the 5 pillars, understanding its meaning, and to integrate it with what the person already knows is basically how the magic system flourishes. So the more that you are understanding, the different aspects of what's going on, the deeper you get into, or the more you understand the magic. It's not just it's not only off of the person that trains the most is the strongest, but it's definitely more of a hand in hand thing, to where you have to train, but you also have to really understand the knowledge behind what you're trying to do, or the reasoning, or the reasoning, or what makes that thing happen, in order for like the magic system to really get flowing and moving. I've taken a lot of inspiration over the years from a lot of the content that I have consumed, and I have consumed a shit ton of content over the years. And I think that the thing that sets books, or sets anything aside from whatever, is being able to put forth your vision on it as well, right? So it's just a lot of, there's a lot to it though, you know what I mean? There's a lot to it. Here is a picture of the divinity table. We've kind of talked about this a little bit already. The divinity table is definitely a key part of the magic system, a key part of what's going on within the magic system as well. And it's going to be, it's just, it's understanding the divinity table. It's understanding, what this means, the depth that it goes. That's what it's all about, really. That's what it's all about when it comes to, even being a gift. It's really understanding how these abilities, and how these different aspects of life kind of go hand in hand together, and what they create or what they destroy when they're combined, and what happens when, and the reason why they're not supposed to be combined. All of these questions and things that are being raised, they all are answered. I want to be able to answer all of them. You know what I mean? I guess that's the best thing that I want to say. I don't want to answer every single question, of course, in the first story, because it's like, you want to leave room for people to, be hungry for more. And that's kind of why, if, when people are coming in to get this background, when people are coming to get kind of this background, there are things that are going to be kind of spoiled a little bit, because the way that I'm constructing the story is to kind of find out a lot of this stuff also. So it'll be interesting to see how, reading the story with the knowledge versus reading the story without the knowledge, and how those two different people kind of consume it, I guess you could say. Because I don't want it to be a thing to where, it's gonna happen regardless, but I don't want it to be a thing to where it's like, oh man, if you don't know every single nuanced thing, you're not gonna understand the story. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that's how a lot of stories are. Even if you don't understand it, you can still really enjoy what's happening with the characters that you're with, or when any of that type of stuff. You can really get into the nitty gritty of those different things. And that's kind of the nitty gritty that I want to get into. This is kind of a brief look at some of I think a lot of this stuff has already been talked about, so this is not too deep, but if this is kind of the intro here that, that was read at the beginning. This is kind of what I work within when I'm doing the different stuff. If I'm looking at the map, if I'm, going into the world building sections and kind of looking at the different stuff that I have here to kind of go into, whether it be the pillars, or, the way that the months and the chakras are kind of connected in their own way, or, going into the individual places that there are, the individual continents, I should say, that we have here, all that type of stuff, because this is a world map. This isn't just a map of like one section of the place. No, this is an entire world map. So when we start getting into the nitty gritty, like now we're in Nguvu, you know what I'm saying? Like now we're in Altira. Like, these are the different sections or the different continents that take place within the world. And, you know, within these continents, they obviously have their own biomes and things along the lines of that. And that will also all get explained in its own way. I feel like even just looking at the map, right? Like, just looking at the map, it raises a lot of questions as to why does it look like this? What's up with the island in the middle? You know, why is it kind of fractured off in this way? There's a lot of questions there, and I want to be able to kind of answer those questions through the storytelling and throughout the quote unquote Bible that the people of the world will be using. Like, that's another thing that I'm trying to do that I feel like is kind of not super different, but I feel like it is a little bit different. Is, you know, I started really looking into, you know, different things about, like, just like I said, like even with the Bible or just different shit like that. And I've really gone across and found a lot of different things, even that connect there, that have kind of connected my brain to different stuff. Like, in my researching the Bible for creating the Bible in the universe, I was like, okay, well, you know, why is the Bible kind of structured like this? Like the Christian Bible, I should say. Why is the Christian Bible structured in this way? Or why is it like this? Or why are chapters like this? What does this chapter mean? And just kind of getting into all the itty bitty nitty gritty of that stuff. And then from that, I've kind of created the world, the Bible for the universe. And within that Bible is also explains a lot of the different things, like how the Christian Bible has the creation story. Well, there's a creation story also for them in this universe, and they kind of what I want to do is kind of use those passages from the quote unquote Bible of this universe, which is not called the Bible, by the way, but that's kind of what I'll be able to call it for right now. I want to use that in the book to kind of give different, almost like a prologue sometimes, and just seed in these different forms of information. But it'll also be, I guess you can say, a little cryptic, because it's not obvious of what's going on. You know, it's just semi-obvious, I guess you could say. So yeah. And then again, you know, the magic system is inherently tied to the world, which is inherently tied to the universe. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, that's okay. I guess you're not really supposed to yet. We go to the land of Nguvu. The reason I really like the land of Nguvu for many reasons, but for me, not mainly, but one of the big reasons why I like Nguvu, or my inspiration behind Nguvu, was I kind of wanted to, you know, they are the power gifts in this universe. Their universal property is power. So I was trying to figure out a lot of different ways to be able to blend that power dynamic into their culture, more than just, oh, I am power gift, so I am this. You know what I mean? I wanted it to be a little bit more than that. Of course, a lot of pride and a lot of self-respect comes with your typical Nguvian, I guess you can say, or your quote unquote stereotypical Nguvian, because they believe, you know, they believe in themselves, they believe in their efforts, they believe in the people around them, because they believe that they are a strong people. They believe that they are a united people. So there's not a lot of reasons to, you know, separate in a way, I guess you can say. They're a very unified and not a very cocky people, but a very confident people, because there is a difference. And for them, they really want to do everything that they can to make sure that all of their people are okay, not just some of their people are okay. You know, this comes with the Nguvian ore that they have, also called potinium, and they are going to be doing a lot of things with this potinium, and, you know, the power that, you know, the nodes that they have, all the stuff that goes on in Nguvu is going to be very heavy. Book 1 is very centered on Nguvu. We don't really you know, we're gonna kind of not. I don't want to say we're gonna start here, but we are gonna kind of start here too. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna kind of be in a couple of places, but we're gonna start off with, you know, exploring the lands of Nguvu and getting to know them more. Nguvu is going to be heavily based for the, you know, the first season. The first season. What the hell am I talking about? For the first book. And when we kind of get further on, things will come out more and more. So yeah, you know, I'm rocking. I like Nguvu. They're one of my most favorite type of vibes, but they're not my most favorite. At the same time, I really like all of the continents and all the people of the lands. All of them are really rocking. They all believe in what they believe in. You know, they all have their reasons, their beliefs, their perspectives, and that's one of the biggest things is I kind of want to explore these different perspectives of what's going on, and how things are kind of playing out. And that is what even when I'm, you know, saying I want this to sprawl across manga and comic books as well. What I really mean is, you know, if there's an event that happens right now, like the events of book 1, sometimes there may be we don't know the ramifications of what happened from what is going on in book 1 in these other lands necessarily, right? Because we're not going to be in those other lands. We're going to hear about them. We're going to see some people from them. But, you know, when we start getting to the nitty gritty, it's like, I want to be able to go to Akaili and, you know, experience how they felt when, you know, things were going awry in book 1. But I don't want to spend an entire book there doing it. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend the entire book giving that point of view. But I do want to grab a character and give their perspective, maybe in a comic. You know what I mean? And give that person that comic and then have it be almost like a companion comic to the actual book 1. So you have book 1, then you have comic 1. And those kind of go hand in hand with telling a similar story, but not the same exact story, to where, oh shit, you know, we see these things kind of going on the news, and then maybe this is going on. If you've ever read The Expanse or watched The Expanse, you'll kind of understand a little bit of what I mean by what I'm saying, right? There are moments where in The Expanse, you know, there's a character and he sends a message out because he thinks something is going on, and then that message kind of rings throughout the entire solar system because, you know, he's done that, and then he becomes almost like an anchor to this revolution that he knows nothing about because he has sent this message out and it's rang through Mars to Earth to, you know, to the belt, to all these different places. So that's kind of the vibes that I want to give, but I don't want to have it all take place in one area. I want those vibes to echo throughout the entire universe type of vibe, or throughout the entire, you know, the entire lands, to where we get to once again see those perspectives from another, you know, area. So that's kind of the vibe that I want to take there, you know. Going to need a glossary to list all those names and different wielding each divinity. Yeah, I have everything all written out right here already. So that's something that we'll get into deeper a little bit later, for sure. I put some screenshots in Discord for the map and table last time. Yeah. I definitely appreciate that. If you guys aren't in the Discord for gifts, let me send that out, because that's where a lot more stuff will be going on. We will be doing a lot of things in there for sure. Let me see. I don't want to make too many invites, so let me grab the invite from last time. Can I not grab it? What? That's Loki crazy. Let's see. Okay. I can find this. Oops. Yeah. This isn't hard. Right here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to drop that invite in here in just a second. Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Bam. Ha. Oh. Oh, maybe it expired. Maybe that's why I couldn't use it. Whoops. Oh, yeah. That's expired. Okay, so let's make another one. Let's invite. Oh, okay, I understand. Yes, I did that on purpose. I didn't want it to just be open. Yeah. Jesus. There we go. Okay, this one should work. Let's delete that one. There we go. So, you know, in the future, everything will be a lot more organized and stuff in the Discord and shit like that. But for now, you know, just jump up in there. All right. You know what? We actually should be able to explore. Let's actually try to explore these maps a little bit. Let's see. Nope, not that. I want this, this, and then we're going to ink. There we go. Wait, can I not even go into the map, son? Oh, that's crazy, G. That's crazy. They're like, nah, bruh. You gotta pay the subscription if you wanna. I don't even want to edit it. I just want to explore it more in depth. Why are they doing me like this? Because this one isn't enough, right? Damn. Okay. Maybe I'm tripping. I must be tripping. I thought I had a map, but I must be tripping. There we go. Okay. Getting Wakanda vibes from Nguvu? Oh, okay, okay. That may I can see that. I can see that. I did want to kind of give some what to say. I was trying to give off certain. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. I could. I know exactly what to do now. I was trying to give off certain vibes of certain things. Certain. And it's like that's kind of the vibe that I did want to give off for them. but that's not really the vibe, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, because they have the natural resource type shit, but there are natural resources, I guess you can say, and there is some type of natural resource or some type of resource everyone has. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that is kind of the vibe that I wanted to give off, you know, from in Guvu. Is like, oh man, these you know, they got something nice. And they do. You know, it's a very tundra mountainous type of region to where, you know, they are very heavily, they're a mining type of society really, because that Nguvian ore that they really need is, that's where it's at. It's in the mine, so they gotta get it out of there somehow. You feel me? And they're like I said, they're a very strong people, a very strong-willed people, and you know they're here to make shit happen. At least that's what they want, and you know there's gonna be a lot of vibes. I think everyone is gonna get a lot of vibes from everything. But I think that's just how content is, you know? It makes you think of other things that are similar. And as a creator, you want things to be easily digestible. So, you know, things that are similar to other things make the reader not have to expand that part of their brain as much, I think you could say. But with this Potinium, man, it's definitely yeah, it's gonna be a lot, bro. I can't wait to explore what this means for the universe more, you know, especially because like I said, Nguvu has a very big part. The well, not just the continent, you know what I mean? Because the thing I still got to do is go in and name everything individually as well. I haven't done that shit yet. I haven't named, like, this town doesn't have a name just yet. Like, these mountains aren't named something. This little, like, island isn't named anything yet. Those are things that I definitely want help from, like, you know, you guys as, like, fans and nerds to be like, oh, you know, what if it this or that or this? You know what I mean? I think even Marisu, she had came up with an amazing thing the last time, was like, since there are 6 sides of the power system, or the 6 universal properties, you know, they should be able to be like, oh, you know, have the dice be a very important thing to their society. Like, you know, oh, here we go. Have dice be a very important thing to their society, you know, and then from that, I created the saying, you know, as the dice roll, you know, because the dice has the 6 sides on it. So it's kind of like you know, as the dice roll is, you know, things will be as they will be. You know what I mean? You know, the dice roll and that's what happens. So, and I kind of want to use that even more within like storytelling as well, since there are a lot of numbered things, to be able to use dice in different way to be like, oh yeah, you know, like, you know, use the 20-sided die for something, like, just in my own storytelling. I mean, I know that's nerdy, but I think it's dope. And that's the type of nerd shit that I want to do anyway. So why not? You know, like, hey, you know, what's gonna happen to this character right now? Oh shit. Okay, well, they're gonna get that ass whooped. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, yo. And then, you know, going into, here we go. And then just going into these different lands, you know, everyone has something very appealing about their land. you know, something that will stand out. And of course, these are just kind of placeholders. Nothing just giant will be on the, you know, actual. It won't look like this in the actual places. And of course, this is miles and miles and like freaking humongous areas and shit like that. But you know, this is another one of my favorite places. Like I said, every place is my favorite place because I can't wait to expand and explain. But this place, I mean, just the look of this and how this tree is going to, you know, play into a lot of different things for this people and for the rest of the world as well. I'm really excited to see where that can go and the different areas that we can get into with that. Akasha, the Akashan people are some of my favorite people that I'm going to get to create and explore and flesh out, because there's a lot of different things that can come with them, but I'm not sure what that will be, you know. And there's going to be a lot of different explanations for stuff, and Midhira is going to be very magical as well. I think the entire story, man. I mean, I think the entire story is going to be very magical. There's going to be a lot of things going on. I think there will be something for everybody in a way. And yeah, bro, like my next steps are kind of like getting a cartographer, I believe is what it would be called, and getting them to kind of go through and plan out rivers and you know, the mountain ranges and shit like that. Because even though you know, the map isn't like, even though the world is not, even though the world looks different, there are still, you know, it still needs to follow some of the natural rules of, you know, just life. And they will, but it's just a case of figuring out what that means and what that looks like, and kind of going a little bit more in depth with it. You know, the chakras, you know, just some research I was doing with the chakras and the hurts about them, and different things like that, to see if I wanted to, you know, what those would, you know, link to. Yeah, man. And then I think something that I do want to do is go a little bit into the culture, I guess, of the. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Maybe not yet. Maybe I'll do culture another day. Maybe just one. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so when it comes to like architecture, oh damn, these pictures are tiny. Uh, but yeah, when it comes to architecture, it's gonna kind of be some things like this. In like the big area, you know, very much like a mining town, very busy. Um, you know, getting shit locked in. But in other areas, very not much like that. You know, of course, there has to be trade and things along the lines of that. So I'm still exploring stuff like that. There are ships, but there's not ships in the traditional sense. A very industrial place, of course, because you got to get that potinium, aka the Inguvian ore, crackling in some way, shape, or form. Again, you know, very different style. when it comes to just the overall architectural structures that they have. And then when we go into some of the fashion, pay no attention to the way the people look, because the people will not look like this. But the fashion is very much kind of this type of vibe. Very, I don't know what to call that. But that is kind of the vibe that we're going for here with these people. Very much more, like I said, they're very powerful people. Very, very, depending on who you are is of course going to depend on what they're dressed as and what they look like. Everyone won't be dressed the same. These are all just different things that I found in order to kind of cop on the vision for the fashion and the overall like look of some of the different areas and characters and different things like that. And, kind of the feel, no vehicles in this type of way, but just kind of the vibe of, what things are going to be looking like and going for. Just a wide variety of things when it comes to, the people of Nguvu and the way that their lives are and the way that they live. And of course, this is all just like you're seeing notes. Basically, these are notes of like, okay, these are kind of the vibes that I kind of want to give off. So when I'm explaining certain things, I want to be able to be like, oh, okay, well, they have the fastened button type of jacket, or they have, maybe a little bit of a cloak thing going on. And as I said, everyone ain't gonna be dressed like this, but for the people that are, for the warriors, for the I almost dropped, for the Janison, some of the Janison may be looking this way depending on what's going on, just across the board. So there's a lot of different stuff going on. And then I have stuff like that for basically all of the cultures. And of course, it's just kind of an inspiration type of deal. Characters, outline stuff, stories, the plot. Of course, I got Brandon Sanderson's for laws right here, just so I can kind of tap in with him sometimes and just remember, Sanderson's laws, the first law, Sanderson's first law of magic, and an author's ability to solve conflict with magic is directly proportional to how well the reader understands said magic. So that's something that I'm really trying to focus on a lot when it comes to, the story is like how, what problems can they solve with the magic? What problems do they solve with the magic? If they don't solve problems with the magic, why? And so on and so forth. The second Sanderson law is limitations to those limitations over powers. It goes like this: limitations are greater than the powers. If you want to write it in a clever electrical notation, you could say in this way, though that would probably drive a scientist crazy. So that's basically just the limitations. All power systems need limitations to them. Being able to do whatever you want willy-nilly is just kind of insane. The third law is as follows: expand what you already have before you add something new. So that's kind of the big thing behind, the magic system is I want to be able to expand on the things that I have instead of having to create something new if I do want to have something new occur. Because this magic system, can change with the roll of the dice, man, for real. So you never know who you're gonna deal with or what's gonna happen with certain characters. So there's a shit ton going on here. And then of course, like I said, the 5 pillars, all the stuff that we were kind of just that the magic system shit was talking about. Is there trade between countries? If it's by sea, are there pirates? I need to know it all. LOL. That's a big part of what Midhira is about. Midhira right here, the Gaforian capital. That's what this place is very much heavily centered on, with handling the trade routes and determining what that will look like. And trade is actually a big part of what's going on within this first story as well. Because I want politics, man. I don't know if you guys know, but I love politics in just the content that I consume. So we will be having some political things going on, and trying to figure out things like the trade routes and trade systems and shit like that. Midhira is very similar to, like, I guess you could say, like, the place in Arcane, where they all come together and they talk about, like, opening the hyper portal shit or whatever. There's those vibes going on here for sure. This is where the arbitros come, and of course the arbitros are the leaders or the presidents, quote unquote, of each continent, that goes to Midhira to make sure that their people are heard, to make sure that their people are taken care of. And these trade routes that are now opening are a big part of what's going on, because certain lands don't really want to get in on this trade shit, but it will benefit everyone type of vibe. So we're kind of brinking on into the into that era of, hey man, we need to open up these trade routes in between all of our places type of vibe, because we want this stuff to go on. And they have already kind of been secretly doing trading already, but it's in a, like, of course, as all things go, it's on a militaristic level first, right? It's on the level of the military first and foremost. They're the ones that kind of trade the knowledge more than anyone else does, and that also goes through the arbitros. So that seeing the story kind of unfold and take place with the arbitros talking about wanting to have these trade places open, or going against the trade stuff, it just kind of goes with all of that. So I'm really excited to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of what that'll look like for all of these different lands to explore with each other. And then pirates are not something that, I think it's a little bit too early for the pirate thing to necessarily happen. I don't think pirates are the vibe here just yet, but that's for a couple of reasons, which you guys aren't privy to just yet, that we will be talking about though. Excited, yo! I'm happy you're excited, Mike Beasy. This is a glimpse, man. This is a glimpse, and it's an overview more than anything. Just kind of wet the whistle and get things ready to go. Not me sneaking a peek at notes like transference of kinetic energy. Yo, you're over here trying to see what's going on. You're like, hold on, what's going on here? What does this mean? What's going on there? If you love political stuff, you should read the Empire trilogy by Feast and Wirtz. Feast and Wirtz. It's best political plots and fantasy. Ooh, hold on. I'm definitely gonna, let's throw that on the TDR or TBR. Oh my God, damn. Oh, woo. Oh, man, that was some crackling and some lackling, man. Personnel, no Marvel Bros. To be read. What's it called? The Empire trilogy. By Feast and Wirtz. Alright, it's in there. Moved it to the top of the list. Because, I definitely need to check that out. I'm trying to be careful not to leak anything that I don't want out. Did we already go in world building? Yeah, we already went here. Deities. Group. Oh, weapon maestros. We haven't talked about the maestros yet. No, those are just definitely more notes about, like, you know, the vibes. Did we already talk about how the how, like, the weather, not the weather, how the calendar works? I don't know if we talked about that, but, you know, we got the year starting in spring for them with the March there's no March, April, May, June, July, obviously. First spring, second spring, third spring, first summer, second summer, third summer, first summer, second summer, third autumn, things like that. Oh, I guess we could talk about history a little bit. I guess we haven't talked about that too much. Let me move this over here. Oh yeah, definitely didn't want to show that page. Here we go. So these are the kind of vibes that we're gonna be going with here too. You know, just so it's known. It won't be exactly like this, but it'll be something very adjacent to this. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. But the introduction of these are new, something that's part of, you know, the trade federation stuff going on. Part of why, you know, that stuff is so and this is going to be a big reason why a lot of people want it and why a lot of people don't, because they're going to be like, yo, just look at this stuff and look at what they're doing here, you know? Oh, yep, we got this, you know? I mean, chapter 1, man. I mean, chapter 1 right here. That's chapter 1. Yep. Chapter 1 in pictures right here, yo. Wow, I never even realized that. This is literally not the first chapter, I guess, but the first, I mean, I guess the first act, really. Like the first act in picture form. Airships. Yo, you see, but like I said, all of this is very new. All of this stuff is very new to the world, I guess you can say. They're not sure how to do this stuff yet, so that's why pirates aren't, you know, necessarily a thing that are going to be very prevalent to begin with, because, you know, we're not really certain about things that are going on there, you know. Yeah, man. I mean, I have the prologue that we could talk about, but I really don't want to talk about the prologue just yet. I think I want to save the prologue for like its own dedicated stream, just because the prologue is the first passage of, the quote unquote Bible of this universe. I guess I could possibly leak the Bible. Here we go. Nah, not this time. Yeah. Not this time. Oh, that looks beautiful, though. God damn. Damn, that looks beautiful. But yeah, yo, so yeah, we got a shitload of stuff going on here. Like I say, man, I am just a Stan Lee looking for my Jack Kirby. Oh yeah, I have the timeline of stuff, but I don't really want to go into that. Chapters. Does it not tell me how many? It used to tell me how many like words I had. Oh, this is basically a more interactive map. And then it also, nope. Measurements, so you can see how, you know how big certain lands are. So I can know how long it would take to travel the distance from one place to another place. You know, if we're going from here to here, it takes 10,000 miles. God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know these type of things. You know, how much space is between all of these places and, stuff like that. You know? Yep. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's all of the... Yeah, I want to leave. Oh, shit. I didn't want to leave like that. Yeah, I'm about to start filling out all this stuff way more. Um, yeah, man. So yeah, yo, I'm excited to keep kind of going in. What I think I'll do is like maybe split it up into like um different segments of like world building maps or world building lore or world building characters or world building whatever type of vibe, and then kind of just exploring different aspects in that way. Like world building the magic system, so we can kind of go through that a little bit more and see what's going on there. And I'm definitely I am definitely excited to kind of go through and write some more. I'll be writing some more probably today. And as I already said, kind of going in and making sure all the places are all good. And like right now I have about 3 chapters, but I think I started my I think my chapter 1 is really my chapter 3, and I think I need to go back and write chapters 1 and 2. I'm kind of thinking that's where I am, or I just need to add more to chapter 1 before we get to the moment that we're at in the story with the chapter 1 now. But I think I'm going to probably go back and write 2 more chapters just to have, that chapter 1, 2 be chapter 1 be kind of a build up, and chapter 2 be kind of a little bit more build up, and then have that chapter 3 be the act, like the boom 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 for 3 4 5, and then possibly bring it back down for the next 5 chapters or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know, man. But I've been doing a lot of I'm just kind of exploring where I've been doing a lot of research lately, watching a lot of like courses, I guess you can say. I've been taking a lot of courses for writing. That's the best thing that I can say on is like I've been taking a lot of courses on writing and looking at how first chapters should be started and how stories should start, and just kind of trying to figure out what's the best way to flow the story organically, and not trying to force the characters to do anything, but have it be more of them rolling the dice and seeing where it lands them, rather than it obviously being a set out journey that they have to take in order to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Like, I know what Z is for the story. I know what Z is. I mean, I know what Z is for this first trilogy type shit, I guess is the best thing to say. I know what the first, I know what that is. But once we get past that first trilogy, it doesn't get iffy. It started with, I started this story with 4, 5, and 6, and now I had to actually, when the first, literally the story first started, I literally started this like Star Wars, like with 4, 5, and 6, and I was like, nah. I want to actually start this with the 1, 2, and 3. So that's what I did, So we're now that we're starting the story right. I can now that I know what happens in the first trilogy, the second trilogy, and I kind of understand what's going to be going on in the third trilogy, I now just have to kind of map that out within the books and within the chapters, so it makes a little bit more sense as we kind of go through from one thing to the next thing. Because, yeah, I guess phases is really the best way to say it. Like, I got to get phase 1 down, and then phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then figure out how many phases I want in this first saga, rather than trilogy, because that's really what it is. I want it to be like a saga more than anything. So, you know, it's like it's hard to explain what I'm like, the things that I'm thinking, because they haven't, as far as I know, they haven't really been done before. So I'm trying to like figure out what this new way is with the manga, the book, the comic, the being intertwined across all across all forms of media, and giving these different areas of understanding as well, and then possibly even having some other writers come in and write, you know, different stories within the universe. Like, you know, that's kind of the vibe that I want to go for. So being able to do all those things, I think it just opens a lot of doors, but it's a lot of doors that haven't been opened before, so it leaves a lot of confusion on the table. But with confusion comes a journey of you know, mystery to try to figure out those answers, and I love a mystery and I love finding out answers. So this is like a sci-fi, fantasy, political mystery romance, I guess. Kinda. I'm not sure. But I think once I write these other 2 chapters, that's when I'll really be ready to start sending it off, to get some, you know, get some people reading it and figuring some stuff out. I definitely have to do some more explaining and more descriptory. Yeah, description. Just give more description with characters and stuff. Yeah. I don't know whether I'm a plotter or a pantser. Right now, I feel like I'm a smooth in between of both of those. You know, I'm a gardening architect rather than a gardener or an architect. I'm very much a gardening architect, where I want the world to grow, but I also want it to grow within, you know, the plan. So I don't know how to I don't know how to combine those things, but that's what I've been doing a lot of research on. So consuming more content, consuming more media, doing these book clubs and all of that are also a big form of me doing research for my books and stuff to figure out, oh, okay, how do I explain this? Or, you know, how do I explain that? You know, all those different vibes. That's really the thing that I'm going for, is trying to just explore, you know, just explore the journey, and allow these characters to flourish and be who they are. And also tell this crazy grand story, you know, like I'm not a writer, but at the same time, I really want to tell an amazing story and create an amazing world, right? Like I want to tell an amazing story within this amazing world that I've created. That's basically kind of what I want to do with this vibe, and then bring it to even more people to be able to be a part of. So that's why I am ever looking for artists and stay looking for anything, because I mean, some people have said like, yo, maybe put it out as like a as this, or put it out as that, and I kind of am looking at doing things like that too, you know, maybe giving it an audio type of vibe or something. I don't know, but I don't know how that shit works, you know. So looking forward to wherever the story takes you and us. Hey, I appreciate you, Matt. Definitely appreciate you, as I appreciate all of you guys that have been vibing in here with me today, as I've been telling you guys about my book / manga / comic that I'm kind of working on. I just can't wait to see how this thing grows and what it grows into. As I've already said, I've been talking to quite a few artists to try to figure out what's the best way to do it. So if I can find someone that does some really good work, and is willing to work with me on, you know, prices and all that good stuff, because damn is it expensive to do these types of things. But, you know, I want to share share it with someone as well. So it's like, if I can do this and you can do that, then the money come in for us. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a lot of stuff, and that's a long way down the road. I have a lot of writing and creating to do. But I feel like off of these first 5 chapters that I have right here, I could make a comic out of it, you know, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to take these first 5 chapters that I create, and then maybe make like a comic book out of them as well, and then use the first 5 chapters, the comic, and the world building and stuff that I've already done as like a, hey, does anybody want to invest in this? Does anybody want to, but you know, I've never done Kickstarter stuff before, but does anybody want to invest in this and help this grow and flourish? Whether it be from the comic or whether it be from this or that, like, you know, and kind of get it there. But also, I kind of want to get the whole story done before I start doing that. So I'm just kind of in a place of limbo, and that's why I'm just going to be doing live stuff and talking about it and writing and creating and nerding out more and more and more and more, in hopes to one day be able to truly have this full story for you guys. And I know a lot of people are doing web comics and audio comics and everything. So there's a whole lot of stuff. There's a lot of area that we can go to. But I'm just not sure where that area is just yet. So with all that being said, though, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for vibing out with your boy and letting me nerd out and talk about my book today. I am going to be writing a lot more once we get out of this thing right here. I promise you that. I'm excited. I'm ready to get it in and get it going and get it cracking and all the above. I hope you guys are ready to get it cracking, get it going, and get it, you know, popping. And yeah, yo, you guys are awesome. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow us on Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions and all that good stuff. And then, of course, you definitely should go over there and follow. Click the link, follow it, and just follow all things gifts. So you can definitely jump on in there. Let me actually click that real quick and see. Yeah, the tube is on there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just pin that. All things gifts. Yeah, there we go. I had to jump on that gifts TLG for show. So, you know, you'll go to a lot of these accounts and there won't be nothing on there. And there might not be anything on there for a little while. Just until I get a little bit more I don't know, but get a little bit more of it. Again, all of this is new to me, so I don't know how much to show. I don't know how much not to show. I don't know what to do. And I'm just kind of winging it and hoping that oh no. I'm just kind of winging it. But I guess since the story isn't written out, as long as I'm not saying the actual story, I can talk about whatever within the parameter of whatever. But I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to spoil the story for a lot of you guys type of vibe. You feel me? So, but you guys are awesome. Everyone's awesome. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And as I always say, stay awesome. Stay nerdy. And don't forget to stay marvelous. As the dice roll.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent Superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you later.
Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.